another Generation 2 Plastic Gun Review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plastic Gun Review. Today we're going to cover Generation 2 Doubledealer. Yes, I'm talking about triple changers, and these guys are just absolutely awesome. Doubledealer here is in his, well, some people tend to call it a buzzard. I think it was more of a, like a falcon mode. It's a very, very, very cool looking bird, and he's kind of menacing. Taking a better look at him though, he just looks very cool. He's got a lot of really cool sculpted detail, especially in his head sculpt. His head sculpt's really, really cool. Does have a mouth here that it kind of opens and closes. And you can move his head up and down and rotate it, which is kind of interesting considering, you know, these tend to really have a whole lot of articulation. You can flap his wings and retract his wings in, which is kind of cool. It's part of the transformation gimmick, but you know. And you can move his like feet back a little bit and forward here if you want to. And his toes do move up and down as well, which is kind of neat. I like all the sculpted detail going on here, where it looks like his feathers kind of just like throughout here. He's like this dark green, which is really kind of neat. I do like that about him. He's very, very cool, and you know, it's neat. I love this thing. Ginormous Generation 2 emblem right there on the back, and he's just a big menacing Power Master guy. He's just very cool because, you know, he's Doubledealer, and Doubledealer is like, you know, he tends to turn into other things. So let's show you exactly what he turns into. And here's Doubledealer in his artillery cannon mode, and he looks really cool. I do like this green. This green really, really tends to pop on this character. Not to mention seeing all that red just kind of bleeding through. It looks really nice. Like all the sticker detail he's got going on. It's very, very, very neat. And like the little tiny wheels he has, because, you know, he kind of rolls. Not very well, but he does roll. And he's got this gigantic cannon here, which can be moved up and down, and mine tends to be a little loose, but, you know, it's kind of neat, because, you know, it's like this gigantic artillery cannon he just fires off just from a distance, because, you know, Decepticons tend to do that. But this is the Autobot mode. Did you guys realize that? This is an Autobot right now. Isn't that funny? Because, you know, as Doubledealer, he tends to be an Autobot and a Decepticon. Notice there isn't any real markings on him, because, you know, he just does that kind of thing, because this is what Doubledealer does. So, you know, let's put him into, you know, the other mode, which everybody loves to call the robot mode. And here's Doubledealer in his robot mode, and he looks really fantastic. I actually love how this guy looks. It's very, very hefty. It's got his nice gigantic gun here, which can be put here in his hand, or you can also, if you want, if I can get it off here, Plasticon struggles with gimmicks again. Here we go. And then you can like kind of peg it here onto the back, so you know he doesn't necessarily have to be carrying the weapon. It's got a lot of like, sticker detail throughout him, which looks really cool. And I do like the head sculpt. The head sculpt's really fantastic on this guy. He's got his nice G2 emblems right here on his shoulders right here, sporting his whole Autobot side, because this is more or less the Autobot side for him. The thing is with the artillery truck mode is it can be either Decepticon or Autobot. You really wouldn't know. Putting him next to Power Master Prime here, just the cab portion, he looks pretty cool. I don't mind, you know, how this kind of looks, because, you know, G2 Prime looks really nice next to him, and this just works. I really do think so, because, you know, he's always been a little taller, and he's just like the big beefy guy. He's the guy that brings like the game to both sides for the Autobots and Decepticons, because he's a deceiver. It's what he does. He's like that incognito spy guy, and that's what, you know, everybody likes about Doubledealer, is the fact that nobody knows what his intentions are, and that's what's cool about him, because he's just kind of that mysterious guy. He does have a bit of articulation in his legs here, which they kind of just move back and forth here, and just really this and this is kind of like your transformation joints. I mean, you can get away with taking his gun if you want and placing it like so, because this is how I like to display him. And then, you know, have his arm come in, so that way it looks like he's like cradling the gun. It's kind of neat. Actually, don't mind what that looks like. I know it looks a little disjointed, but hey, you can kind of finagle this just a little bit here if you move this hinge up just a little, and it makes it look a little more sleek, as if he is actually like crossing his arm over and holding the gun, which is cool. And you know, it's not bad. I do like this guy a lot. He is awesome. He's probably one of my favorite like triple changers. I just love this guy. He's amazing. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 review, and I got plenty more coming your guys' way. And that's it for now. Bye!